Creedence Clearwater Revival, debut album, 1968, by the band Creedence Clearwater Revival. Tom and John Fogerty, Stu Cook, Doug Clifford on drums. It's not that good. It's not that good. It's okay. It's okay. But it's not that good. This album features 8 tracks. I Put a Spell on You, The Working Man, Susie Q, 99 and a Half Won't Do, Get Down Woman, Porterville, Gloomy, Walk on the Water. I Put a Spell on You is the opening track, based on a very popular song, I Put a Spell on You, very popular for covers. In fact, just before this came out, sometime prior to this album's release, I Put a Spell on You was put out by Alan Price of The Animals, to much success, to a smash hit. Apparently he recorded that in one take, which I don't know, allegedly. But this version, the Creedence Clearwater Revival version, really demonstrates John Fogerty's vocal style, which he would become more known for later. It's a good song. They do it well. There's a great, fabulous guitar solo. Originally based on a song by Screamin' Jay Hawkins, 1956, I believe. We begin really catching a glimpse of what John Fogerty will become known for later on. And it's a great track. Excellent track. The Working Man, not an excellent track. A blues rock song, nothing really to write home about. A composition by the Fogertys. Competent performances were had all around, but generally nothing too memorable. I cannot remember how it goes. This album is currently certified platinum by the RIAA, meaning it sold over 1 million copies. It reached number 52 on the charts in 1968. The 40th anniversary CD contains 4 additional selections, I might add. Live versions of Susie Q and 99 and a Half Won't Do. It also features Before You Accuse Me, that one you remember, and Call It Pretending, which we're not going to discuss at this time, because we're talking about just what's on this disc, just what's on this record. There's a whole article on the back written by Ralph Gleason of the Rolling Stones. He says of CCR, he says, Creedence Clearwater Revival is an excellent example. By the way, whoever designed this did not do a particularly good job, because it's a black and white picture and the text is white. Half of your picture is the same color of the text. Creedence Clearwater Revival, says Ralph, is an excellent example of the third generation of San Francisco bands, which gives every indication, as this album demonstrates forcibly, I don't agree, Ralph, of keeping the strength of the San Francisco sound undiminished. I would call Creedence Clearwater Revival Bayou sound, a New Orleans sound, as opposed to a San Francisco sound. I actually would not qualify it as San Francisco sound at all. So I don't know what Ralph is talking about, other than they were playing in San Francisco at the time. I'm sure that's what he meant. Let's continue. Susie Q, 8.5 minute jam. It's a good jam. It's okay. It's a good jam. It was the hit of this album. It was released on a single, with sides A and B split in half. It's a good jam. It's good. There's a part. Firstly, it goes in just the way it begins to build at the beginning of the track, as the vocals come in. Well, as the guitar comes in, rhythm section comes in, vocals come in. That's good. There's a part in the middle. There's a part in the middle after around the 6-minute mark, where the rhythm section really just kind of really drives it home, and that's really good. I like that. It's got a driving tempo, carries it forward. But the instrumentation in this track, Susie Q, really takes us to the bayou in terms of like the way the guitars sound, in terms of the way John Fogerty, I keep wanting to say Tom, the way that John Fogerty sings. It's very country, it's very swampy, it's very atmospheric in a way that makes me think of the bayou, makes me think of the South, Does not make me think San Francisco Ralph, but generally. Generally, it's a good track. Blend of blues, rock, psychedelia, but it does just kind of fade away. The track just sort of ends, just sort of fades into nothingness. I think that was a misstep. I think it could have. I think they could have ended something, done something to end it. I like it when songs go into a guitar solo that just never ends. The idea being that the guitar solo never ends. They're still playing to this day. You know, at the end of Freebird, they're still playing. They're still playing the guitar solo right now. It's never ended. The entire second side, that's the first side of the album. The entire second side of the album, I just listened to the album and I cannot tell you anything about these tracks. Gloomy is okay. There's some swampy atmospheric vibes to Gloomy. Walk on the Water, it's okay. There's some fun, there's like a fun instrument trill, whatever you call it, where anyway, my music, my musicology degree is not doing me very well right now. I cannot tell you anything about the rest of these tracks. In general, the album is okay. It's okay. For my first review, just so you can get an idea of my scale, Mr. Warden, by the way, I'm Mr. Warden. Hello. Just so you can get an idea of my scale, I'm going to give this album a 4 out of 10. I enjoyed 40% of the album. I did not enjoy, or I was neutral about, the other 60% of the album. So I'm going to give this album a 4 out of 10. I think it's a 4 out of 10. Sitting here in the future, I know that their debut album is not their best work. I know that they get much better, much faster, but their debut album is weak. Their debut album is weak. If I'm going to judge it on its own merits, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like this album. Let me know what you like about it in the comments, and we'll do another one next.